I've got the brand new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra here. I'll give you the biggest changes from last year's model if you plan to make the upgrade. The design, you can tell the Galaxy S25 Ultra is a little bit curvy around the edges. You have the rounded corners, and now it's completely flat edges versus the S24 Ultra. I do like that the S25 Ultra is lighter in the hand. Definitely notice the difference in weight, but I also like how the edges on the sides of the S24 Ultra are rounded. It just makes for a slightly more comfortable feel. But if I was going to say which has the better design, they both have IP68 ratings, you have the titanium frame. I just like the lighter package and the refreshed look of the new model. The other thing are the corners on the S25 Ultra. Just notice how they're rounded compared to the squared off edges. Another thing I like about the display on the S25 Ultra is that they've narrowed the bezel all around, so you get more screen without having to be as wide or as tall compared to the S24 Ultra. And I do like how it's rounded around the corners. Again, it's just that weight difference. It just feels a lot lighter, and for using your phone for a long period of time, I think it's going to hold up a lot better. So if we look at the cameras on the back, they have the same quadruple camera setup. You have that 200 megapixel main camera, but the biggest difference is going to be the ultra wide on the S25 Ultra. They've upgraded from a 12 megapixel in last year's model to a larger 50 megapixel one, which is supposedly going to offer better low light performance and macro photography. As far as the zoom cameras are concerned, you still have the same 3x and 5x optical zooms. You'd have to zoom in really in there. But basically, I got the cameras on the S25 Ultra touching the back of the S24 Ultra, but the S24 Ultra cameras aren't. Another big addition is log video support with the S25 Ultra. And for those who shoot a lot of video, it gives you a flatter picture profile, so you have more flexibility in adjusting the colors later in post. You also have that audio eraser feature where you can remove background noise. And finally, there's Gorilla Armor 2 glass on the S25 Ultra. They say it's 29% more resistant to fractures, but I'll put that to the test when I put it in my pockets. Let me talk about AI now. So with the S25 Ultra, Samsung introduces a new set of Galaxy AI tools. The S24 Ultra introduced them last year with One UI 7 on the S25 Ultra. It does offer some really neat personalization, cleaner looking UI. You have the Now bar, which is kind of like Apple's Dynamic Island, and give you some relevant information directly on the lock screen, and it shows you it as a small preview. You also have the personalized widget with Now Breathe, where the phone will know where you're at. So for example, if it's rainy, it'll automatically show that for you. Samsung says that all the data it acquires with the AI features are stored locally on the phone, so they say that it's really tough to steal. So the good thing, if you change your phone, you still have the old one, you can transfer the data using Samsung's Smart Switch. There's also cross-app actions, which I think is the most ambitious part of Galaxy AI on the S25 Ultra, because now it will be smarter, more intelligent, and it'll actually create routines. So for example, you could just tell the phone to look up the schedule of your favorite team, and it'll add all that into your calendar. The cool thing is that it works with voice commands. That is it. And while it supports only 2 third-party apps, I'm eager to see how many more apps get supported, because now I'd love to be able to have it integrated with Uber, so I can just tell the phone to get me an Uber. It opens the app, puts in the destination, and that's all I need to do. So the only 2 apps supported are WhatsApp and Spotify. Now here's my dilemma. You get all these features that are exclusive to this phone, but as we've seen before, Samsung has released the Galaxy AI features on older phones. So it's quite possible that all these new AI features will come to last year's model. The other reason why you'd want to upgrade to the S25 Ultra is because it's packing the newer Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite chip. That's a boost over last year's Gen 3 on the S24 Ultra. They talk big about the boost to the neural processing performance, the ray tracing, and just overall smoother experience. And yeah, just navigating around the phone, that's fluid just like last year's model. But obviously Samsung says all those performance gains are here with the S25 Ultra. We'll be running our own benchmark test to double check those claims. So keep an eye out for the full review. I will say, I gotta hand it to Samsung, I love that they didn't change the price on the S25 Ultra. It still starts at $1299 for the phone, and that's the same price you paid with last year's model. Right now, at the time recording, Samsung's offering up to $300 off on the Galaxy S25 pre-order. It's going to be available starting February 7th. you're still gonna pay roughly $900, even with that $300 off discount. So it's tough to say. If you have the S24 Ultra, I'd probably tell you to just hold on just a little bit longer, because it all hinges on whether or not those Galaxy AI features will be coming to the phone. Also though, on the flip side, if the S25 Ultra proves to have a longer battery life, better performance gains, and of course for me, better cameras, that might sway me to recommending this one. But what do you think? Do you plan on upgrading? Let me know in the comments below. Ask me all your other questions about it, and I'll try and answer them as best I can in my next video. So if you guys want to check out more behind the scenes about the Galaxy S25 Ultra, make sure to follow us on social, @TomsGuide. I'm John V, and I'll see you in my next video.